Hello everyone, welcome back to Let's Get Real. Today we are going to be talking about what to do when you have debts but you also want to invest. I went through this where I had some debts that I was paying off, but I wasn't sure whether to clear the debts and then invest, or whether to invest and continue paying the debts at the same time. So I'm going to be talking you through some of the things that I considered and some of the things that you should consider for yourself before you make a decision what would be the best option for your individual circumstances. The general rule of thumb to abide by is if the rate of return on the investment after tax is actually less than the debt interest rate, it makes more sense to pay the debt off first. For example, if the return on your investment is 8%, but the rate of interest on your debt is about 12%, then it makes more sense to pay the higher one off first. So when making a decision as to whether to pay off your debt or to invest, there really are a number of factors that you should consider. It's not just simply a mathematical issue. So there are some psychological aspects as well that really need to be taken into consideration. So if you are in this situation where you are also considering either paying off your debts or investing, then you should stay tuned. So before we dive into whether you should pay off your debts or invest, the first thing that I want to make absolutely clear is that you must have an emergency fund. So if this is something you do not have, this is something you need to get. It's really important to have an emergency fund, because if circumstances that you didn't expect to happen occur, you might lose your job, somebody becomes ill, whatever, pandemic, nobody envisaged it. You need to have an emergency fund to be able to help you through difficult times. Not having an emergency fund is basically asking for an emergency to crop up. It's asking for trouble. The bigger the emergency fund that you have, the bigger the cushion, and it really would save you from making some really desperate decisions. I'm not going to go into how much you should have in your emergency fund in this video, but there are lots of different ideas out there. But all I'm going to say is you really must have money put aside, somewhere quite liquid that you can access it very quickly if necessary. So you should really ask yourself two questions before you decide what you would like to do. The very first is, what are my financial goals? So anybody who has been in debt would know that it really is a massive weight on your shoulders. I've worked with a lot of people in debt. People unfortunately commit suicide because of debt. It really is a serious issue for many people. In debt eats away at your subconscious mind. It can lead to hasty decisions. It is also known to cause stress and also marital problems. For some people, being out of debt is their financial goal. And if this is what you would like to achieve, then I would say paying off your debts is probably the best thing you can do for yourself, just so you can have peace of mind. If you pay off your debt early, you would be saving on the interest that would have accrued on the debt if you had to pay it for a longer period of time. Also, bearing in mind that once you finish paying off your debts, if you pay it off early, will actually leave you with more money to invest in the future. You should also consider the fact that there is no guarantee that investing will actually make you any money. But if you pay off your debts, then the debts will be paid off and you will have that peace of mind that we talked about. If you take all of these things into consideration, paying off your debts would be the best option for you. However, if you are the sort of person who you wish to be financially free, or you wish to be financially independent by the age of retirement, then maybe investing over paying off debt is the best way for you. If you are more inclined to invest over paying off debt, then I think the second question that you should really be asking yourself is, well, you would know the answer to this, is how old are you? So the reason I say this is because the younger you are, the longer time you have for your money to actually compound on itself when you invest. Just as an example, if you were to be investing £5,000 per year between the ages of 21 and 65 on a consistent basis, and you receive a return of between 7% and 10% on your investment, by the age of 65, you would have approximately £1.4 million in your account. This isn't taking into account inflation, of course, And please also bear in mind that past performance is not an indication of future performance. So if building long-term wealth is your goal, then you should consider prioritizing investing over paying off your debt early. If you are getting any value from this video, guys, please hit the like button. You could always just consider the hybrid method, and this involves paying off your debts early, but maybe not at quite an aggressive rate as you would have liked to if you were just focusing on the debt and also investing at the same time. The benefit of doing this is that when you have actually cleared off all of your debt, you are then in a position where you have learned how to invest and you know what you're doing, and so you can probably build wealth a little bit faster. Finally, whether paying off debts is your priority or investing is your priority, I would suggest that you max out your pension contributions with your employer if your employer matches your contributions, because this is essentially free money that's been given to you, and it's also a form of investing. So the earlier the money goes into your pension pot, the longer it has to compound on itself. I think this is such an important wealth building tool and part of your investment strategy. I did a whole video on it, and I will link that in the description below if you would like to check that out. Guys, I would really love to hear from you. What are you doing at the moment? Are you focusing on paying down your debt? Please type the word debt in the comment section. And are you focusing on investing? I would also like you to type the word investing in the comment section below. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I really appreciate your time. If you got any value from this video whatsoever, please smash the like button. And also don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss out on any future content that I release. And also share this video with anybody who might get any benefit from it. And I will catch you in the next video.